And they're off, racing away for the Pertemps Network final over the 3 miles. And on the way down towards the first of their 12 flights of hurdles, American Sniper shows handily early on, together with top-weighted Thomas Moore and Maxi Mac Gold to the far side of those two, all safely getting over flight number 1. The leading 3 chased by Supreme Gift, and to the inside is Guard the Moon. In amongst horses is One Big Bang with Geoffroy as they go over flight number 2. All okay there, perhaps a slight mistake though from Pada Merchant. It was right towards the back alongside Catchin Derry. Here's the 3rd, American Sniper, landed over in front there, and once again they're all safely over. So settling down, American Sniper by 2 to 3 lengths now to Thomas Moore. And then to the outside, Maxi Mac Gold. Supreme Gift is next from One Big Bang and Geoffroy. Then came Lucky Lyrene, the red and green from Harbour Lake. Behind Harbour Lake is Win Some, Lose Some, and Carl de Tourelle in the blue jacket. Just ahead of him is Guard the Moon. Wider out then is Doddiethegreat. And then came Will the Wise with Shanna Bob and Jeriko Du Reponet. Henri II, Da Da, Bugsy Seagull, Zane Knight's Feet of a Dancer, Super Survivor. Then Captain Derry, Idem, and the back marker is Pada Merchant as they're about to swing the left-hander to head downhill for the first time, having taken their first 4 flights of hurdles. The leader going clear here, it's American Sniper under Jack Tudor by about 6 lengths. Over in second, Thomas Moore. And then in third, Maxi Mac Gold and Sean Flanagan. From the grey, One Big Bang. Then Supreme Gift. And behind Supreme Gift is Doddiethegreat and Lucky Lyrene, and then Geoffroy and Win Some, Lose Some, and Carl de Tourelle. Harbour Lake in amongst horses from Jeriko Du Reponet and Shanna Bob in the black and yellow check. Red and green silk sound for Henri II wider. Even wider still is Super Survivor as they come to take flight number 5. American Sniper still clear at that one. Poor jump at the back once again from Pada Merchant. So about to head into the home straight with still well over a circuit to go. And it's American Sniper by the best part of 3 to 4 lengths. To Thomas Moore, then Supreme Gift and Maxi Mac Gold. And behind that one to the inside is the grey One Big Bang. It's then Geoffroy and Harbour Lake and Carl de Tourelle and Guard the Moon, the next ones. From Win Some, Lose Some, and Lucky Lyrene and Jeriko Du Reponet and Henri II. Then Super Survivor and Bugsy Seagull and Shanna Bob and Will the Wise. Behind Will the Wise is Da Da. And then Zane Knight's the green and red with the cheek pieces, and Feet of a Dancer has 3 horses behind. Those are Catchin Derry, Idem, and the back marker Pada Merchant. This will be the final flight in another circuit's time. They're all safely over that time. And it's American Sniper by 2.5 lengths out going by from Thomas Moore. Then came Supreme Gift and Maxi Mac Gold from the inside, One Big Bang. Then Doddiethegreat, the light blue jacket. From Geoffroy and Harbour Lake and Guard the Moon and Lucky Lyrene and Jeriko Du Reponet. From Win Some, Lose Some and Shanna Bob and Carl de Tourelle. Deeper out is Henri II and then Da Da. From Bugsy Seagull, Zane Knight's Hidden Super Survivor, Captain Derry, Feet of a Dancer, and the back marker Pada Merchant. They're about to level up towards flight number 7, and it's American Sniper by 2.5 lengths that will lead them to it. American Sniper from Thomas Moore, Supreme Gift and Maxi Mac Gold. Then wider on the track is One Big Bang with Doddiethegreat, and then Geoffroy, who is slightly untidy. Harbour Lake is with him, then Lucky Lyrene, followed to the inside by Guard the Moon. Then Win Some, Lose Some, and Carl de Tourelle at the middle flight over on this section. All safely over there, but Idem made a mistake. Zane Knights has also dropped towards the rear of the field, racing towards flight number 9. American Sniper by 2 lengths going over this one. Harbour Lake was untidy over that flight. Bugsy Seagull also appeared to make a mistake some way back through them. So beginning to race uphill over on the back straights. They're on the way towards 3 out, but still a long way from home. American Sniper shows by 2 lengths to Thomas Moore, Supreme Gift, and then Maxi Mac Gold. Then the grey One Big Bang and Guard the Moon from Doddiethegreat and Harbour Lake. Carl de Tourelle, and then came Geoffroy. Jeriko Du Reponet, Lucky Lyrene, and Win Some, Lose Some. Then Will the Wise and Bugsy Seagull from Henri II and Shanna Bob, who was ridden on the landing side. Dada was with him at the time. So they're about to make the run around the corner, which will take them to the downhill approach towards what will be 2 out. And it's still American Sniper who is on the front end. Leading from in second, Maxi Mac Gold, Supreme Gift and Thomas Moore are still handy. Right behind those, Doddiethegreat Great, and then One Big Bang and Guard the Moon from Harbour Lake and Jeriko Du Reponet. Then came Win Some, Lose Some as they begin to race downhill. It is still American Sniper at the head of affairs from Supreme Gift and Maxi Mac Gold, Doddie the Great and One Big Bang. Then Thomas Moore and Cardet Terrell from Jeriko Du Reponet, the white cap, and then Win Some, Lose Some and Harbour Lake. Dada trying to edge closer than Henri II. That was 2 out, and it's American Sniper who led them over it. Now this long run down towards the final flight in the Pertemps final. American Sniper, Cardet Terrell in the blue silks moving up. Here's Doddie the Great as well, looking a big player. They're followed then by Jeriko Du Reponet, Will the Wise and the grey One Big Bang. Weakening in Maxi Mac Gold. Catching Derry's trying to stay on along with Doddie the Great. Now edging through. American Sniper drops away. Jeriko Du Reponet and Cardet Terrell the main dangers. Then Will the Wise from the back of the field. Feet of a Dancer is running on well. Coming down towards the last. It is Doddie the Great and Brian Hughes who lead from Jeriko Du Reponet. Here's the last. Great jump there from Doddie the Great. He landed with a length and a half lead, but Jeriko Du Reponet is attacking. He's having to go towards the outside now. It's Doddie the Great by 2 lengths to Jeriko Du Reponet, and on the run towards the line, the Pertemps final will go the way of Doddie the Great from Jeriko Du Reponet in second. It was Catching Derry in third, then Feet of a Dancer.
Well, a 4th Cheltenham Festival winner for Brian Hughes, and it feels so right to have him back in the winner's enclosure here. First time since 2018, and a ride full of typical guile and nuance on board Doddie the Great in the Pertemps. Many congratulations.
Thank you.
It must be great to be back in here.
It is, Lydia. It's just rides with chances here for me. It's been few and far between, but luckily I got offered this guy because Nico was obviously on the McManus horse, so I managed to get a spare on him about a month ago at Haydock, and he ran really well. And Jack, the lad who rides him out, obviously thought a tongue tie would benefit him, and he was right, because he sort of going to the last, he sort of thought, oh, am I running empty? But to be fair, he winged the last and he galloped away there. So, but he's obviously a horse that they've always held in high regard. He wouldn't have the name Doddie the Great if he didn't. I was lucky enough to meet that great man once. So, yeah, look, it's just a privilege for me to be riding a horse of quality like him.
Absolutely, named for Doddie Weir, absolutely a great man. And he's a horse that looks like he does take some knowing.
Yeah, I can't profess to know him very well. Obviously, Nico filled me in plenty about him. He said make sure he has plenty of room. He doesn't seem to like to get crowded, but obviously, he was placed in good 2-mile hurdles at one point of his career. So obviously, you know, he has a horse with a bit of talent, and going 3 miles, he finds it easier. So the word monkey has been from the connections that have been thrown around. But to be fair, he was very straightforward there. He's jumped and he's travelled and he's kept going well in front, you know. So I can't call him any names, to be fair.
And you needed him to come up for you at the last, and that's what
I did, yeah. Nico, I had a look and I could see the head of Nico's horse coming, so I needed him to take it on, and luckily we were on a good stride, and he did. So.
And I could see that awareness that we're so used to you showing in the saddle all the way through the closing stages here. It seems so frustrating that you, as the 3-time champion, don't have more rides here. What, you know, can you explain it?
Just don't get offered the opportunities. Obviously, the good horses are always housed in particular yards, and they're just sort of not my yards. But sure, look, I've been lucky enough to ride a lot of winners through my career, but just, you know, not like big runs. So I'm not done yet, Lydia, so hopefully I might get offered a few more.
Well, we know how good you are, and you've got a really good chance tomorrow. The wheel Whacker, he's unconsidered in the market for the Gold Cup, but he's shaping like he wants a real stamina test these days.
Yeah, well, obviously I rode him in the Charlie Hall, and he stayed well that day. He ran well in the King George. Look, hopefully, obviously the favourite's a very good horse. He's going to be hard to beat, but he's been in good form, and he's coming into the race on a good prep. So hopefully he'll run well, and obviously I got a nice spare in the first race for Josh and Gary Moore. It's a very highly rated flat horse. So,
Monday, man.
But I said to Alice, you know, a winner here is great, but it's very hard to get too greedy, but I wouldn't mind another one.
Well, I hope you do get another one, because as I said, it feels right that you're here. Many congratulations.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
It is lovely. I mean, he came to us as a young horse, unraced, and Kenny called him Doddie the Great, and he said, right, if you win any prize money, it all goes to the foundation. And we started in small steps, and it got a bit bigger, and now it's getting even bigger again, which is fantastic. And I think everybody would say this horse amuses us. I mean, he's lovely. And he had quite a time off with a horrible injury.
What did he have?
Well, he won a race at Kempton, if I'm right in thinking, and then, I mean, it severed his tendon was. There was a serious doubt whether this would ever recover, and he went home to Kenny's farm near Ayr, and it mended, and there was doubts about it. But actually, we've touched wood, which there's plenty of. We haven't had an issue. So, to be fair, he didn't enjoy steeplechasing.
Yes.
He's not quite made that way, and so we've come back to hurdles. He stayed 3 miles. I feel sorry for James Bowen because we're missing him this week, and Brian rode him, and I suspect that's the first winter Brian's actually ever ridden for us. I don't know.
Really?
I don't know. I mean, we haven't sort of got together too many times. He's always. I mean, when I said to the boys, well, he rode him in his qualifier and finished second, and I said, well, why don't we leave him on it? And they said, well, no, he'll have 6 rides at Catterick. He won't come down and ride this. Anyway, he said he would, which was great. And they got on well together at Haydock. And, without James being there, sort of said, we'll leave him on board. And
Well, if you can't have James, 3 times champion jockey of the
well, there you go. It wasn't exactly rocket science, was it? No. And, Nicky was probably always going to ride Jeriko. And, you have to sympathise with him because that horse has run a terrific race as well. The only person that was happy coming to the last was actually, for once, was me, because you could actually see that there was nothing coming out of the pack to annoy them. So it was a comfortable position, as much as one would like either to win.
Yes. And a second winner of the week, and the contrast with last year is so stark. I mean, I know there have been some reverses as well, obviously Constitution Hill and Jonbon, but nonetheless, as a whole, the team here in such good order must make you very proud of the team.
It seems that they are running well, and we've only just got to halfway. That's what's frightening. We woke up this morning, oh, blimey, we are only at halfway, but there you go, we've got some more chances and keep digging.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.